AI seems to be turning everything on its head. It's overwhelming for many small businesses, including ourselves, I have to say. And now, AI is even transforming how businesses are found online. Audiences are shifting from Google to ChatGPT to find answers and to find solutions to their problems. Welcome to the Marketing Minute podcast. I'm your host, Peter DeWit, and with me today we have our very own Haytham Mahir, the SEO expert here at Edge. Welcome, Haytham.
Thanks, Peter.
You didn't have to come very far, did you?
2 steps away.
That's awesome. Yeah, so today we're diving into something that's changing how customers find businesses online, and a big part of our business is actually help our clients to be found online. So we're really paying close attention to this, and it's called I call it AI optimization.
Right.
Just like before we had search engine optimization, now we have AI optimization. There's a couple different terms that are being used right now, so people are trying to figure this out. But yeah, like if you're listening to this, you probably heard about ChatGPT by now, Google Gemini, Google's AI overviews, other AI tools that are changing how people interact with the internet and how they find information. So if you're wondering what that means for your small business, you're not alone. The good news is you don't need to panic or start from scratch.
Right.
So we'll talk about that today. But you do need to understand how AI is changing search behavior and what you can do to make sure your business shows up when potential customers are looking for what you have to offer. Well, let's break down what AI optimization actually means and what simple steps you can take to stay competitive in this new world of AI. So before we dive into the questions, Haytham, I want to quiz you a little bit on you're dealing with clients. Like, what are some of the comments you're getting from clients? Like the client we had in last month. Just explain that to the listener, what was going to his head.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nowadays, all the business owners are a little bit nervous about how AI is impacting their businesses. And we've had this little situation where a client of ours who owns or at least manages a conference center in our local area. And they were wondering about how AI is actually going to change their business and get them the right traffic and the right people to interact with their business. From an SEO perspective, they're doing just fantastic. And they were wondering how AI can improve that or change it.
Yeah, exactly. So they worked really hard for years to get so SEO, just so we don't get into too many acronyms.
Right.
Stands for search engine optimization. So basically helping our clients to be found online. So this was a good case study to say, a lot of people are kind of wondering about it. They hear about AI technology, and they're wondering how this is going to affect their businesses. So let's dive into the core questions here. And if I'm a small business owner, I'm a plumber, or I'm a oilfield services company, what is the actual difference between now and a year ago when that comes to customers finding my business?
Such a small time. It's such a small time, but big difference. A year from now, there is a lot of evolution that is happening in the AI world. So if I'm a plumber, then today there's a lot of people who interact with AI trying to see the service that I provide as a business, or at least as an individual who is a professional trying to, service a certain area, like Lacombe, for example, or Central Alberta. So we see a lot of people moving into a transactional phase and asking AI bots like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Perplexity, what are the best choices that they can find in a specific area?
Yeah, exactly. So we found it ourselves as well, and I'm using AI on a daily basis now. I still have to say right now I'm probably using Google for most of my searches. Right. And I think a lot of people are doing the same thing still, because if you're looking for a plumbing company, I'm not interested in learning about what the plumbing process is. I just phone them or contact them to fix my plumbing problem, correct? So what I've seen, the high intent searches, so people are specifically looking for a service. Search is still pretty big. What is it, like 20% is AI now? Which is significant.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 25, almost 20. Yeah. So there's not a big difference between what you mentioned. Definitely a lot of people are moving into AI. And according to the latest resources that we're getting from OpenAI, which translates into ChatGPT. Google basically tries to give the listings that have the highest reviews, that have the highest people who have interacted with them, either through Reddit or Quora, and have opinions about the services that they've dealt with, and suggest it to the users.
Okay, so there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, right? And that's nothing new. Like with, so a lot of the work you do is very technical behind the scenes, but very important work because, the search engines, just as Google in the past, they need a source for this information, right? So would you say that our job as a provider is, or as a small business owner, our job is to actually make it really easy for AI to find that information? Would that be a fair statement?
Oh, absolutely. That is exactly what we do on a day-to-day basis. Because right now we're dealing with bots, and it is very hard to make sure the bot understands what a specific website tries to signal to users.
Yeah.
And what bots do, basically, they try to suggest the relevant content to the right people, depending on their intent.
Okay, exactly, right. So yeah, I mean, if they have a high intent, they need a service, they're still gonna search for that information. If they want to research something or how-tos, right? Like I've watched videos on how to repair a dishwasher, for example.
Right.
Well, before I would have to go to watch all kinds of videos to see how it was done. But now I can actually ask ChatGPT to, hey, give me an overview, Cole's notes of how I actually do this, and it's been a real time saver.
Yeah, and about that, OpenAI is doing lots of studies, and they've noticed that people who go into ChatGPT, they go about informational stuff and planning things.
Okay.
So like a little getaway. If they have 3 to 4 days, they go to ChatGPT and say, plan this vacation time. I'm going with my family,
Right.
and I have this budget kind of thing.
Exactly.
So this is one of the options too.
Yeah, so like AI is of course really good at pulling information from different websites, different sources, and put together a package. So I think that's a really good use.
Right.
Again, going back to what we talked about previously, I think we can't, as business owners, what does this mean? We can't completely rely on Google anymore, right? That's the bottom line.
Right.
Up until I think say last year, like Google had kind of the search market nailed down, right? Like 89% of the market or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically a monopoly. But now, and the good news actually is that there's more than one provider, right, for AI.
Right.
So you mentioned some of the main ones already, but what are you using on like from all the different, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude, which is kind of, I feel like it's an unknown for some people. It doesn't get a lot of airtime, but actually we use it a lot actually because it's really, really good at writing stuff. So what is your preference?
I have a preference for every specific task.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure all our teammates here in the office, they have a little preference, but they see that there is value in all of them.
Yeah.
So I would say I think that the best one in my day-to-day work is Gemini, simply
Okay.
because it comes with quick solutions
Yeah.
for tasks.
Yeah. Yeah, so the good old Google is still in a good position.
Oh, yeah.
Everything considered, right? Because they have this whole ecosystem of millions, if not billions, of users already using their platform. So here's one thing that I'm hearing from some of my clients, our clients. They're worried that if ChatGPT provides the answer to the question, people may actually not land on their website anymore. Right, like the zero-click search, it's called, I think, the official term.
Right.
Is that actually happening, or is that something that is kind of hyped and we're overreacting to?
I would say that it's happening, but not as much as we think it is actually happening. Like the traditional SEO is still a thing. Google still favors a website that is well built, that has a very good structure.
Yeah.
And then the AEO, the answer engine optimization, is the cherry on top.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're calling it AIO.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. The answer engine. Yeah. So no, that's very true. And I think, like from my experience too, like over the last year and a half, I think people still, at the end of the day, when they look for your company and try to figure out who you are,
Right.
I think most people still want to click on a website right now and find that information.
Yeah.
5 years from now when we sit here again, it may be a different world, but that's today's reality. So I think there's definitely still a lot of need for search compared to the AI chatbot looking for information. So my next question is kind of around this, how urgent is this, right? Like, should small business owners throw everything out what they've ever done, like their content, their SEO, and completely focus on AI? Or what is the more nuanced kind of a piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say that throwing everything away and focusing on AI is not the wisest thing to do, especially now. Definitely having a little understanding about how AI can impact businesses is a plus for you, especially if other competitors in your industry are not really caring about the topic much.
Mm-hmm.
But SEO is still getting the most favor in here.
Yeah. So what we've seen, I think, is just the if you're good at optimizing your page for the traditional search engines, right? In this case, Google, you actually are in a pretty good starting position to build on that and actually put AI, like you said, as an additional layer, but not. So you would not recommend throwing everything away and starting from scratch.
Oh, absolutely not, because SEO is literally the frame.
Yeah.
Of your build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if your website is ranking properly right now with Google, you're in good shape. Honestly, Google will be around for a while. Gemini is really making headway, so I'm kind of interested to see what it will look like say a year from now. But right now they're still in pretty good position. So let's get practical. So if I want my business to show up on the AI results. For example, who's the best plumber in Red Deer, since we're on the plumbing theme, or who's the best website development company in Red Deer? What are some of the things that I should be doing?
This might sound really simple, but I find that website owners do not really give a big importance to, and that is the structure of your page and the structure of your website.
Okay.
Because let's think about it. We just want to make it as simple as possible for the bot to understand what's in a page, and that can go from structuring your page, like putting the headlines. Making them very clear, and then going below, and then making the right content, and then the content again is a big topic, because obviously lots of people are using ChatGPT to generate the content, and that is a red flag these days, because we want it to be as human as possible, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And other things that also play a big role is adding the visuals into your pages and making sure that you use the bullet points in the right area as well. So it's all about structure. And then there are little hacks that help the bots, and that is by creating like little boxes at the top of your page as a little summary.
No, you're giving away some company secrets here, aren't you? But that's okay. We don't mind. We don't mind sharing with the world. So basically little snippets of information on the website that are very useful for AI, because they love they love bullet lists, right? They love just the easier it is for the chat machine to find the answers.
Absolutely.
The more likely your website will be chosen. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, that is exactly how it works.
Okay, so that's good. So, and again, you talked about AI generated content. How does Google and ChatGPT rank if they find out it's AI generated content instead of human generated content? Like, is there any difference there? Like, is it easy for them to spot nowadays what is AI and what is actually human written?
Oh, that is actually very easy for ChatGPT to see whether it's generated by ChatGPT. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's because it generated the whole stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are things that you don't see with your eye in the text that is generated by ChatGPT. That is like a little copyright.
Okay.
So that gives it away.
Yeah, and so that's our recommendation for our clients is be very careful with this very powerful tool called AI, because as soon as people see that something is AI generated, I see it all the time now in social media feeds, and I go like, that's not really Keith's way of writing. I know Keith, and he doesn't write like that, but he doesn't sound like that. So right away, I'm a little suspicious, and I think a lot of people are gonna. Going forward, are going to be extremely suspicious about anything they read or see online now, right? Which is going to be a real challenge, I think, eventually.
Yeah.
So you talked about content, so like little snippets, organize the content, structured in such a way it's easy to index or to find by AI. Right. Anything else you can do, think of as far as the content?
So that is from the front end. And obviously, you want to add as many FAQs, frequently asked questions, as possible at the bottom. That also helps AI to answer questions of potential users who are looking for a similar information. And from a technical perspective, that is what the team here at Edge does. We add a little business card, like it's a digital business card. We call it schema.
Oh, that sounds like a difficult word.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. But explain what it does.
Oh, we add it into the backend. It's like a little code that helps the bot understand what the page is about. Opening hours, the address, phone number, the identity of the business, and things like that. More detailed stuff. Exactly. When the bot reads that stuff, then it indexes you as the solution for a specific problem.
Yeah, so schema, like for the more technical people, schema has been around for a long time. So it's making a comeback now with AI, which is really, really interesting. And you know what? I think the fact that that kind of speaks to the point that we shouldn't throw away what we've already built up, because it's actually very helpful. Right. So can you give me an example? Like, you work with clients. Can you give me an example of a business that have actually done the AI optimization very well? Like, what does it look like? You've already given some ideas, but what is this company doing so well that they show up so well in AI and kind of blowing away their competition?
I'm automatically thinking of our local lawyer, a client of ours.
Okay.
They're doing fantastically good, simply because we've invested heavily on their SEO. So adding any AI optimization on their website was just literally the cherry on top. And right now, when they look for any keyword that is related to their website, they show up as a little AI overview at the top of Google.
Okay. Well, that's really powerful. So good job on that. So now what do you have to do to maintain that? Because that's not something you put together and then forget about it, correct?
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, you're correct.
So what do you do on a daily basis or weekly basis to stay in that position?
Exactly what we do with SEO. You take a look at the competitors, see if anybody's competing on the keywords that you're trying to rank for. If somebody's doing that, then they're probably knowing what they're doing, so you have to keep an eye and see if there is any backlink and you need to add any technical stuff. If nobody's really competing for keywords you're competing for from an AI perspective, then you're probably really safe.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good to know, Haytham. So my last question here is, like, how urgent is all of this? Like, when business owners are listening or watching this, do they have to be concerned? Is there some time to figure this stuff out, or should they really seriously look into this today?
I would say that if they need to be concerned about something, they need to be concerned about their SEO, the base.
Okay.
But AI is just literally something that comes after you have a very strong SEO.
Yeah. So as of today, we need to take care of both of those, right? So, I do believe that AI searches are going to only increase. Right? It'll be interesting to see how Google is going to deal with this with their biggest revenue maker, like Google Ads. Right. The paid advertising. I think they'll figure it out because there's a lot of money on the line, but nobody knows exactly, right? So right now, Google has 78% of the market still. ChatGPT, or I think that's combined with the other AI engines, have about 17%. So it's definitely, since last year, this has really changed a lot. So any other tips that you have to help our clients to improve their visibility in the AI search engines?
I have one important tip, and that is what I tell myself every day. Even if you do not understand something, just try to be curious. There are all the answers in the world on the net.
Yeah.
Especially for AI. Yeah. Now, it is really trending.
Yeah.
So if you're curious, look it up or come to the office. We'll be happy to give tips and solutions and anything that goes with it.
Nice, little sales push. I like that. That's good. Thanks, Haytham. I really appreciate everything you do for us and the information you shared with us today. So we're wrapping up here. You know what? We know that AI can feel like a lot, but hopefully this gave you a clearer picture of what actually matters for your business when it comes to your online marketing. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Marketing Minute. If you have any questions or want to explore how our marketing agency can help you, Check us out online at smarketing.ca. You can also find us on the social channels. Make sure to subscribe to get more real marketing insights and tips that actually work for your small business. And join us next time as we dive into how video is becoming more common in online advertising and why it might be easier than you think to get started. Until then, keep doing what you do best, running your business.